and welcome to Affirmation number 20. Wow, it has been an amazing journey, and I hope you feel the same way. I live in a loving, abundant, harmonious universe, and I am grateful. I live in a abundant, harmonious universe, and I am grateful. Important to be grateful for the things we already have. I am so grateful to be able to do what I'm doing right now and sharing it with all of you. I am so grateful to be able to do the art, create the art that I love. And so today's video or today's journal is going to be more of a neutral. As you can see, I did put the yellow, which is in yesterday's video. I forget the name of it right now. The orange is a cadmium orange hue, and the other one is a cadmium yellow deep hue. That's what it was. But I just felt, I think I've been working on my other series off camera, behind the scenes, that little series of about 6.5, the little 6-inch squares, and they're almost done. But what I really liked was the feeling of this charcoal, and I am going to use it as a very first approach to my larger work. It would also work really well on large pieces of watercolor sheets that you might tape off into smaller pieces or cut up later. And I love the smudginess of it. And also learning to sort of control it and not control it in a way. Knowing what if you added a clear gel over it, a clear medium, and then it would seal it and it smudges. And I think the less smudgier material is Conte, because it is a clay, not a charcoal. And I think that is sort of the idea the thing that I want to try next. So I've been looking at and thinking about, and used to start with a lot of black and white. It could remain black and white. It could just be covered up and become neutral, because I am using the unbleached titanium, which I love in that combination. And still trying to get myself away at times. There's times where I love my color fields or my horizontal color areas. And I picked out some wonderful iridescent papers, and I must go find some more of those. So I'm thinking, what's the opposite of horizontal? Well, of course, it's vertical, and it's also all over. So that's my intention for today's Affirmation Art Journaling page. And I noticed my jar of heavy gloss gel is sort of stiffening up and really becoming low. So I have got to get myself out or order it, do a nice big art order on Amazon. I don't live near any, I'm in the rural area, And when I have a treat and finally, need to go or want to, not necessarily have to go pick up materials, but to go visit, I love it. And really love the art stores in the cities, because of course you get these like a Blick. I've never been to a Blick art store. I've never been to any of those wonderful art stores. In Toronto, where I used to live a long time ago, Gortzman's was my absolute favorite on Spadina. If you could find a parking lot, and back in the day I used to do my art power shopping. I used to go twice a year, and that was really cool. Excuse me. So, in the comments, what's your favorite art store? I would love, and I noticed some of you viewers and subscribers, I should say, have been commenting, and that's so awesome, and I love responding. So this piece that I'm gluing down is a deli wrap, and that was with a stencil. The more I'm looking at and searching through collage papers that I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, I don't have it, then that's when I will do a day, just set aside a day or two for collage paper making if I start to run out, or if I'm wanting more of an organic or a wavy or just line. And I am in the middle of experimenting with mark making, and I recommend you do as well. Keep a separate journal or separate papers, and then you can make a book, and just do it very inexpensively on copy paper, and then hole punch them, and then put them in, or put them in clear sleeves in a binder. There's many ways to organize your work and your explorations and your records. Take pictures of them with your phone, but then, I don't have much room left on anything because I'm videoing and all of that. But anyway, this is a piece, the deli wrap, the piece up at the top. Coarse brush. It might be the craft ones, the beige ones, all different widths when you go to the craft store. And it might even be the fan brush. Oh, I know what it was. It was one of those funny looking bug brushes at the dollar store that you use to scrub your pots with. And I thought, wouldn't this, because it's the stiffness of the bristles, that would make such a fantastic mark. And it did. I just have to explore more ways to use it. See, that's the thing. And I love my zigzag stencil. And I really like that I chose the gray and not the white or the black, just a middle tone. So now what isn't there? Well, there's lots of black and white, but there's not a middle tone. There's curves, there's vertical lines, but now there's a zigzag horizontal. And I mentioned this yesterday. This is the polka dot. This is the circle stencil that sort of drives me crazy. I think it's because of the formation of them, and they're so perfect. But they're great just to draw open shapes in. And then at the end, I end up painting them more of an off-white. So it looks pretty cool. So remember, if you're really liking this content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new here, check out the other 19 videos of this particular 30-day series that I have up, and binge watch away. So yeah, it's amazing. What is my 116th video now? Wow, it's so amazing, and I have so much more planned and ready to go as soon as this series is done. Can't wait. After doing them every day and uploading and editing, doing a video once or twice a week will feel like such a break. But yet I can do so much more. Especially the larger canvas paintings that I'm going to be working on and showing you. The journey of 3 paintings that's coming up. That will be right after this with visual and textual texture. And I'll show you different ways. We'll go through the collage, why. We'll pick a color scheme, you'll pick a color scheme, and it'll be more of a tutorial in different phases. So I love doing that. And this is leading up to more formal lessons that I plan to offer in the future. So the middle part just seemed a little empty. So I thought, okay, why don't I write the affirmation there with my China marker? And it's really rough, and I like that. But I do end up using that shiny paper, that one with all of the embossed stuff on it, on the left in another vertical pattern. So just hang on. And then, of course, the pattern of the black and white checkers, just a little bit in the corner. Really liking that. And the lower corner looked a bit, here's that paper here. And I'll come back to what I was just talking about, that lower right-hand corner. It's like, okay, so all over, what else can I put all over other than collage? Well, maybe it's just collage. I don't know. It depends what your marks are. So if you're starting with a real sporadic, like splashed, inked, marked page, the exact opposite would be hard-edged, clean-cut, geometric shape, or, maybe you just want a subtle difference. It's endless. It's amazing. So I hope all of you get as excited about this art making as I do, I guess. And there it is. I thought, okay, I don't have a half circle or an arc or whatever this is, a semicircle. And it has just a bit of yellow in it. And that's as far as I wanted to go with the color on this page. I guess it's sort of black and white, neutral. I don't know what you would call it. But I do the splashes and use the graphite pencil marks, which I absolutely love. And I'm really liking that deli paper on the top. And I do finish it with a white pattern across the top so the eye doesn't go off. So stay to the end and see what I do. There it is. So it's just those broken rectangular shapes going up in a vertical pattern. Now, I noticed, I guess it's one person, that you mentioned that the volume in my talking was very low. That might have been yesterday because of this cold or this whatever. So, and I notice if I've been leaving it at 100%. So let me know if you find this to be okay. And of course, don't forget your devices. Sometimes your phone's down in volume. You need to crank it up. We forget about these things. So just let me know how it sounds. So, and there's that orange and yellow paint sitting up there. I will use that next. And this little brush, just a cheap dollar store brush, it can do circles really well rather than the pointed one. And I know the proper names of the brush ends and the shapes, and they just elude me right now. And then I didn't want them perfect, and I wanted them to thin out the more I went over to the left. So I sort of liking this idea, them going from opaque to more transparent. And I probably could have lifted, there's the finger marks on the top. It's always just a great thing to do. And I know you can adjust the pressure and change the marks that way on your finger. And oh yeah, so yes, forgot my lines. I just love my lines, and I just love putting a little bit in there. And whatever I'm feeling. And there's my little splashes. I love those, especially the black over the white when there's black line. It just seems to be, I don't know. I just love the look. And I know I use these a lot, but you know what? That's okay. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to heat up this tape to have a really nice reveal of the clean edges. And this is a shorter one. The page came together a lot more quickly, and you'll notice that too. And not all the time, that odd page, because if you really try something different, sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. But if you're accumulating your mark-making inventory, your stenciling, layering inventory, then it starts coming together. And that is just time showing up, when you can. It doesn't have to be daily. This daily thing has been, wow, really amazing. I love this consistency. And I love that I said it, so I'm responsible and I've committed to it. And that's a whole other level of art making. So I can't wait to show you this page all finished. I live in a loving and abundant, harmonious universe, and I am grateful. And there it is. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed affirmation number 20. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in tomorrow's